विद्याशक्ति मेधाशक्ति कलाश्रया शक्ति
विद्याशक्ति मेधाशक्ति कलाश्रया शक्ति.
Men may come and men may go, but PHPB will go on forever.
Friends, put your hands together to welcome on stage Quizmaster Big Brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a very warm welcome to each one of you to the huge national finale of A Class Apart, the Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz 2022. A phenomenal tribute created by the Padma Seshadri Bal Bhavan group of schools in memory of their founder, a great educator, a legend and a legacy. This is a unique way to keep the life and the learnings that she left behind for all of us, the life of Mrs. Ygp. She was passionate about children, she was passionate about knowledge, she was passionate about India. The confluence of all of this is A Class Apart, a beautiful quiz curated for the young minds of this nation who are still in their middle school. Perhaps for some of them it's their first big quiz. Over the last 3 seasons, this quiz has grown phenomenally into a national movement. But I'm not going to stand between you and this big final. What is important for us is to appreciate all the schools, their managements for really coming forward in large numbers and patronizing this platform of learning outside the classrooms of our children. Well, ladies and gentlemen, between me and these finalists is a young lady who's also grown in the last 3 years with these beautiful quizzers into the nation's most prolific digital host when it comes to quizzing. An alumnus of NITK Surathkal, she's certainly become a force to reckon with in the quizzing space. The only woman professional quiz host from across Asia, presenting before you Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello ladies and gentlemen and my dear children. Welcome to the national final of A Class Apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz, brought to you by the PSBB group of institutions in collaboration with TCS ION and Grey Caps Knowledge Tribe. This quiz actually started as a meaningful engagement on the digital platform for all the middle school children of our country 3 years ago. This is the 3rd season of this quiz. And today, it has sort of become a coveted title. If you have been following this quiz for the past 3 years, you would have seen how the quality of quizzing has changed over the past 3 years and how well prepared these quizzers are for the season 3 of this quiz. If you haven't watched the journey of our 4 finalists who are here with us today, Go back and watch all the quarterfinals and semi-finals. It's a very interesting journey. I have been quizzing with some of them for 3 years now, and some of them all through the quarterfinals and semi-finals. Believe me, I am completely amazed at how they are able to crack the questions that I have created for them. And year on year, I try to increase the level of difficulty, but that doesn't seem to faze them at all, which is a good thing if you ask me. So now let us get to know who our contenders here are. Our first finalist for the day is Aman Manoj from Bhavans Vidya Mandir, Ernakulam. That's Aman for you. Moving on to Meet Jain from Vidyaniketan Public School, Bengaluru. Up next is Rishit Nair from DBMS English School, Jamshedpur. And completing our lineup is Anumekha Datta from Thakur Public School, Mumbai. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been telling all 4 of them to just calm down and enjoy the quiz with a smile on their face. I can see they're trying really hard to do that, but I understand the pressure, I understand the amount of preparation they would have gone through to reach this grand finale or the national finale of this quiz. So let me not have them waiting any longer and get straight into the rules of the game. Plus 50, minus 50, the scoring pattern of this entire national final. I have 4 rounds for them here today. All the questions are on the buzzer. Single attempt per question only, multiple attempts are not allowed. The most important thing, the top scorer or the only one top scorer will be the winner or the national champion of season 3 of A Class Apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz. And that is the title all of them are fighting for here today. Rest of the rules along with the fair play protocols have been explained to them already, so I will not get into the details. Let's get started with this national finale, the first round of our quiz. She is historic. Here we go. In this round, ladies and gentlemen, I will have images appearing on your screen. Along with the images, I have corresponding questions. Now it's up to our finalists to decide when they want to press the buzzer. But once they press the buzzer, I will stop reading out the question. So it's up to them. If they think the clue on the screen is enough for them to crack the question, they can go ahead and do that. If they think they need more clues, they will have to wait for what I have to say. Let's start with the first question of this quiz on your screens now. At which historic location is this well? Rishit, go ahead.
Jallianwala Bagh.
Jallianwala Bagh, giving him plus 50. The first plus 50 of this quiz that I could award goes to Rishit from DBMS Jamshedpur. He's absolutely right. This is the Martyrs Well from the Jallianwala Bagh, giving him his first plus 50. Let's move on to question number 2. Coming up on your screen, here we go. Identify this great leader of our country. Rishit, go ahead.
Late General Bipin Rawat, former Chief of Defence Staff.
Plus 50 to you. Beautiful answer there by Rishit. General Bipin Rawat. He, of course, former Chief of Defence Staff is not wrong. He's also the first Chief of Defence Staff for our country. In fact, he passed away in a helicopter crash in 2021, if I'm not wrong. But that answer gives Rishit his second 50 points. He's doing well. Good start there by Rishit. Let's move on. Question number 3 on your screens now. Identify the organization founded by Swami Vivekananda. Rishit again, go ahead.
Ramakrishna Mission.
Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. Ramakrishna Mission. This is actually the headquarters at Belur Mutt in West Bengal, giving Rishit his plus 50 again. Moving on. Question number 4 on your screen. Here we go. Which famous location is this? In India, of course. This is an India quiz. Meet, go ahead.
Karni Mata Temple.
Absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that is Meet. Karni Mata Temple, the answer I was looking for. It's also actually famous as Temple of Rats. There is a huge story behind it on how the deity of this temple, it's believed that the rats are her descendants. So there's a story behind that. I will not get into it right now, but Karni Mata Temple gives Meet his plus 50. The last question of this round on your screen. Here we go. Identify the common name by which... Oh, Rishit, go ahead.
This is Lal Bal Pal, signifying Lala Rajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal.
Plus 50 to you, absolutely right. Lal Bal Pal, that's the common name given to them. They are actually, they were the leaders of they were the nationalists from our country. Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal, all of them giving Rishit his plus 50. Beautiful game there by Rishit. We are at the end of the first round, ladies and gentlemen. Let me quickly tell you where our contestants stand. Rishit has a very good start. Well, he's on 200 points already. He's leading. Meet is on plus 50. He got one answer right in the first round. Aman and Anumekha are yet to score. Ladies and gentlemen, all four of them are technically champions from their respective semi-finals. So the questions are at a level where they will have to think a little bit to get the answers right. Rishit is doing well for now, but I know all four of them, they are good quizzers. I have 3 more rounds to go. The tables might just turn. So let's see what happens. Let's move into the second round of this quiz. She is modern. Here we go. All right, the first question of this quiz. Again, in this round, I have visuals that will come up on their screen, and along with the visuals, I have corresponding questions. None of the rules change. The format does not change. Let's start with the first question. Here we go. Identify the semi-classical Indian dance. Rishit on the buzzer. Go ahead, Rishit.
Chow.
Chow, he says. My question, identify the semi-classical dance with martial and folk traditions which has multiple styles or 3 different styles called the Purulia, Saraikela and Mayur Bhanj. Chow giving him plus 50. He's absolutely right. Chow is what I was looking for. Plus 50 to Rishit. He is well prepared. Let's move on to question number 2 coming up on your screen. And now, identify the Indian Hindi language novelist whose novel Ret Samadhi translated into English. Meet, go ahead.
Geetanjali.
Can you give me a full name? I'll give it to you, but I'm just trying to push. Can you give me a... Repeat?
Geetanjali Shri.
Absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that is Meet. Geetanjali Shri, the answer I was looking for. She won the International Booker Prize in 2022. Her novel, Ret Samadhi, translated into English as Tomb of Sand, went on to receive this particular Booker Prize in 2022, giving Meet his second plus 50. Let's move on. Question number 3 on your screens. Here we go. Identify the Padma Vibhushan awardee. Rishit, go ahead.
Ilayaraja.
Ilayaraja giving Rishit another plus 50. He is doing so well here today. Ladies and gentlemen, what you need to remember is all the questions have technically gone answered up until now. I have reached the second question of the second round and all the questions have been answered by Rishit and Meet. Not even a single negative. That is how well prepared these students are here today. Ilayaraja giving Rishit that plus 50. Let's move on. Question number 4 of this round coming up on the screen. Here we go. Identify the company founded by this person and his... Go ahead, Anumekha.
Bharat Biotech.
Bharat Biotech is absolutely right, giving Anumega the plus 50. His name, Krishna Ella. Krishna Ella, along with Suchitra Ella, developed India's own COVID-19 vaccine. They are the ones who created Bharat Biotech. Giving Anumega her plus 50, Bharat Biotech is absolutely right. The last question of this round, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify the sportsman. Aman, go ahead.
Manpreet Singh.
Absolutely right. Manpreet Singh, giving Aman a plus 50. Manpreet Singh is the one who led the Indian field hockey team into bronze medal in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, giving Aman his plus 50. Ladies and gentlemen, I have completed 2 rounds of this quiz. We are at the halfway mark. Let me tell you where our contestants stand. The scores have changed a little bit. Aman and Anumega, both of them are on plus 50 each. Meet is on 100 points. He's taking careful steps here today. And Rishit is holding on to his lead. He's on 300 points as of now. 2 rounds of the quiz are done. 2 more rounds remaining. Let's see what happens. If there is a possibility that someone other than Rishit gets multiple answers right and gives him a tough competition, a tough contest at winning the national champion title, or maybe Rishit will just hold on to his lead. We don't know what will happen. Let's move on to the next round. She is inspiring. Here we go. All right. So in this round, you will have multiple clues appearing on your screen. But all the clues would be visuals. So you will have images, multiple images that will come up on your screen. All of them will connect to one final answer. What I require from you is one final answer. Whether you decode every clue or not does not matter to me at all. I might still push you to give me the respective clues, but that does not affect the points at all. I need one final answer from you. Remember, once you press the buzzer, you have to give me the answer. You cannot press the buzzer and then decode each and every image that is on your screen. Okay? The scoring pattern is absolutely the same. The first question from this round, a class apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz, Season 3 on your screen. Here we go. Connect this to a great Indian. Great leader from our country. Anumega, go ahead.
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Why did you say Subhash Chandra Bose, Anumega?
Ma'am, because his photo is there on the screen and that is the main reason.
All right. Taking a negative on that one is Anumega. She only went by the image of Subhash Chandra Bose on the screen. But the answer I was looking for is Mahatma Gandhi. The connect, of course, is that Young India is a journal that was started by him. That is the Sabarmati ashram that you can see on your screen. And Subhash Chandra Bose is the one who called him father of the nation. All of it together connecting to Mahatma Gandhi. Anumega is a very good quizzer, and it's not that she did not know Young India or Sabarmati Ashram. I'm very sure of that. I've quizzed with her for multiple years now. But I think she missed the plot here, that she had to connect all of them to one single answer and not get carried away by one clue that is right there on the screen. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. The second question of this round on your screen. Here we go. Connect these railway lines. There are 3 railway lines. Aman, go ahead.
Mountain railways.
You need to give me a better answer.
Nilgiri Railway, Kalka, Shimla, Darjeeling. These all are mountain railway systems in India.
All right. Why am I asking this at a national final, Aman? There must be a better reason. There must be something that all of them share internationally.
World Heritage.
Repeat the answer, please.
World Heritage Sites. UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
He's absolutely right. He started by saying Mountain Railways of India and he decoded each and every railway line that was there. But the answer that he finally said, UNESCO World Heritage Sites. All three of them are the UNESCO World Heritage Sites from our country. Aman gets a plus 50 on that. All right, let's move on to question number 3. Coming up on your screen, here we go. Connect all of them to an important... Aman, go ahead.
Oh, Aadhaar card.
Plus 50 to you, absolutely right. Aadhaar is what I was looking for as an answer. The logo there of Aadhaar on your screen. Nandan Nilekani was the first chairman of UIDAI, the body that created Aadhaar cards for our country. And the lady right there, Ranjana Sonawne, is the first person in our country to receive the Aadhaar card. So Aadhaar giving Aman his plus 50 there. Let's move on to question number 4 of this round. Here we go. Connect this to a great Indian who is one of the founding fathers. Aman, go ahead.
B.R. Ambedkar.
Getting a plus 50 on that, absolutely right. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the answer I was looking for. The Nagpur airport is actually called Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar International Airport, and Chaitya Bhumi in Mumbai is the cremation place of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And that is, of course, him presenting the final draft of our constitution. Great leader from our country, giving Aman his plus 50. Let's move on. The last question of this round coming up on your screens. Here we go. Connect these to an Indian genius. Aman, again, go ahead.
Ramanujan.
Absolutely right. Srinivasa Ramanujan, giving him a plus 50. We know 1729 is known as the Hardy Ramanujan number. That is, of course, the movie that was created on his story, his life. And that is the doodle. On the extreme right, what you see is the Google doodle that was put up by Google on his birthday, giving Aman his plus 50. Looks like Aman is pretty good at connecting the dots. We are just about to start the last round of this quiz. But before I do that, let me tell you where all of them stand. This is a national final. It's very important for us to know their scores. All right. Like I said, tables can always turn. Aman from Bhavans Vidya Mandir at Ernakulam is on 250 points. Rishit from TBMS Jamshedpur is on 300 points. Meet from Vidyaniketan Public School, Bengaluru is on 100 points. Anu Megha from Thakur Public School, Mumbai, she gained and lost. She's on nil as of now. But ladies and gentlemen, I have one more round to go, the last round of this quiz. 5 more questions, which means 250 points to gain. Even at this point in time, if Anu Megha decides that she wants to win this quiz, she gets all 5 of them right, there is still a possibility. Oh no, Rishit is already on 250, so maybe it is difficult for Anu Megha, but even a Meet can still give a tough competition to someone like a Rishit. Let's see what happens, unless Rishit, of course, decides to take all 5 questions and give me the right answers. Let's see what happens. The last round of this quiz, she is a class apart. Here we go. All right. Nothing appears on your screen. You have to listen to what I have to say. This is the last round of this national finale, an oral round. Remember, the only person who will give you clues is me, nothing on your screen. So if you decide to press the buzzer, I will stop reading the question. 250 points to score. The first question of this round, here we go. Which sign or symbol was designed by D. Udaya Kumar? Rishit, go ahead.
The Indian rupee symbol.
Plus 50 to you, absolutely right. The Indian rupee symbol was the one that was created or designed by Udaya Kumar. There were many entries from all over the country that came in, but his entry was the one that was selected. Let's move on to question number 2. Which former Prime Minister's birthday is celebrated on the 2nd of October? Anumeka, go ahead.
Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Plus 50 to you. Beautiful answer there. Lal Bahadur Shastri, the answer I was looking for. The second Prime Minister of our country. The third question of this round. Here we go. Which elite counter-terrorism unit of India has the motto Sarvatra Sarvottam Suraksha? Aman, go ahead.
CBI.
Oh, taking a negative on that one is Aman. He said CBI. The answer I was looking for is National Security Guards, or they're also better known as Black Cats in our country. They actually specialized in rescue operations, different type of rescue operations, and they are called better known as Black Cats in our country. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the penultimate question of this quiz. Here we go. The Kaibul Lamjau National Park. Rishit, go ahead.
The Kaibul Lamjau National Park is the only floating national park in the world located in Rajasthan.
Give me one answer, Rishit.
Rajasthan.
Minus 50 to you. Minus 50. He did not wait for me to complete the question. He's a good quizzer. I actually thought he will continue his streak to not take a single negative in the entire national final, but unfortunately in the penultimate question, he takes a negative. My question, the Kaibul Lamjau National Park, the only floating national park in the world, is located in which lake? The answer, Loktak Lake in Manipur. Loktak Lake in Bishnupur, Manipur is the answer I was looking for. He got the floating national park right, the only floating national park in the world, but he did not get the location right. Taking a negative on that is Rishit. I don't really think it matters to him. Let me tell you where all of them stand, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so Rishit is on 300 points. I think it is safe to say that he's made it. 200 points, Aman is on 200 points, Meet on 100 points, and Anumeka on 50 points. I thought he would continue his streak of not taking a single negative in the entire national final, but in the penultimate question, he ends up taking a negative. Let's see if it does impact him or not. Let's move on to the last question of this quiz. Here we go. The film Rocketry is based on the life of which? Aman, go ahead.
Nambi Narayan.
Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. Nambi Narayanan, the answer I was looking for. An aerospace engineer from our country. He was, of course, accused of treason, but later on, he was, all the charges were proved to be untrue. And then he went on to win the Padma Bhushan from our country. Plus 50 on that to Aman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the national final of season 3 of A Class Apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz. Let me tell you the final tally. All right. Anumega from Thakur Public School, Mumbai is on a 50 points. Meet Chain from Vidyaniketan Public School, Bengaluru on 100 points. Aman gave a very, very close contest or competition to Rishit. Aman from Bhavans Vidya Mandir Ernakulam is on 250 points. But Rishit played very well from the beginning. He put up a good lead with 300 points. Rishit Nair from DBMS English School, Jamshedpur wins the national finale of A Class Apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz. Congratulations to you, Rishit. I can see him smiling there. He has been taking part in this quiz. I think this is the 3rd year that he's been taking part. And I can see the change in him as a quizzer. I've seen him 3 years ago, I've seen him today. And I've seen how he's developed his quizzing skills over a period of time. Sometimes it's just not important or just not good enough for you to have the knowledge. You also need to have the skills to take your decisions at that point in time. You get split of a second to take the decision to press the buzzer. You also need to be fast enough to press that buzzer before anyone else. Looks like Rishit has already learned all of those skills, and that has got him the national champion title, the coveted title of A Class Apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz. The rest of them, of course, Anu Megha was our reigning champion, if I'm not wrong. And somehow I think her studies have weighed on her. I don't know what happened. She's a very good quizzer. I have seen her quizzing, amazing performance so far. But Anu Megha, we wish you well and we hope you do better in rest of the quizzes. Aman, of course, also has played beautifully all through this series. It's your second year, Aman, as well? Third year, okay. Aman also has been taking part with us for 3 years. Again, he has also developed and progressed as a great quizzer. If you want to see all of their journey, you should watch them from the quarterfinal. Meet, of course, if I'm not wrong, is into the YGP quiz for the first time. Am I right, Meet?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. He's a first-time quizzer at a class apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz. But for a first-time quizzer to get into the national finale of this quiz is a big, big deal. So I think all of you have gained a lot in this experience that you have had. Congratulations to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to introduce you to our guest. He is a professional table tennis player and has represented India on many global platforms like the Asian Games and the Commonwealth Games. He is a Padma Shri awardee and has also won the Arjuna Award and the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sharat Kamal Achanta.
Hi, this is Sharat Kamal Achanta, Arjuna Awardee and Padma Shri in the sport of table tennis and alumni of Padma Sheshadri Nungambakam. First of all, congratulations to all those who have participated in the quiz from over 20 states of India. I am happy to be here at a quiz hosted to celebrate the life of Mrs. YGP, a legend in education. I understand that this is the third year of the quiz and it is organized digitally with over 35,000 students being part of it. She is a person who has touched lives of thousands of students and continuing to do so with her life learnings for us to follow. Let me congratulate Rishit Nair from DBMS English School, Jamshedpur for emerging the national champion. Congratulations to the other 3 finalists as well from Ernakulam, Mumbai and Bengaluru. Congratulations also to the schools and their teachers. My message is very simple. I've become a national champion for the first time in the year 2003 and I'm continuing to have a record to have won it for the 10th time recently in 2022. My aim here is to constantly keep learning from one step to another, and this is what I would wish all of you do the same. Keep learning and always be curious to know more. Cheers and all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Achanta, for that beautiful message on being a continuous learner. A lesson, I think, that is very important not only for our students but also all of us adults. Thank you so much. Events like these require constant and continuous support from the creators. Mrs. Sheila Rajendra, the Dean and Director of the PSBB Group of Institutions, has been this pillar of strength and support for this entire event. She is the brain behind several innovative initiatives at PSBB towards enhancing lateral, creative and critical thinking in students. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Sheila Rajendra, over to you, ma'am.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good evening to you all. Our pranams to our beloved founder, whose life and love for Bharat is celebrated. Mrs. YGP was a class apart, and this national level quiz in her remembrance was launched on her first Memorial Day by Honorable Vice President Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji. This year, the third edition of Mrs. YGP Memorial Quiz has seen thousands of enthusiastic, bright, young participants from across the country. After the initial digital round hosted by TCS, to whom we are ever thankful. We saw very exciting quarterfinals and semi-finals. We congratulate the 4 national level finalists, very creditable indeed. They are Aman B. Manoj from Bhavan's Vidya Mandir, Ernakulam, Meet Jain from Vidya Niketan Public School, Bangalore, Rishit Nair, DBMS English School, Jamshedpur, and Anu Meghdata from Thakur Public School, Mumbai. A special round of applause and recognition goes to the national champion, Rishit Nair from DBMS English School, Jamshedpur. The success of this year's quiz would not have been possible without the bright sparks, the students' participation, the encouragement from their parents, the support that their school management and staff have given them. Thank you all. Heartfelt gratitude is extended to our chief guest, the celebrity sports star, our own proud alumnus, Mr. Sharad Kamal, who is soon to receive the highest national award, Khel Ratna. Thank you, Sharad, from all of us at PSBB. Would it be fair not to convey our appreciation and thanks to Mr. Pick Brain Bala and Ms. Rashmi and their entire team at Grey Caps and Knowledge Tribe for their unstinting support, creating the content, coordinating all of this to make it this exciting and interesting. Thank you all. Sayonara until we meet next for the 4th edition. Jai Hind. Namaste.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for those lovely words. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an amazing journey for all of us. I really hope that you have enjoyed this journey as much as we have. I hope to see you in the next season of A Class Apart Mrs. Ygp Memorial Quiz. Please do come back for the next season. You take care.